welcome back to another Moon Monkey Trades video. Here on my screen you can see I made about $140 today on Friday, and this was on SPY calls, and I'm going to break that down and show you exactly how I did that. So today was a pretty good day. It's been a solid week just overall. I'm up about $800 this week, and I'm on my 10th day in a row in the green. So the last couple of weeks I've just been really good, even though the market hasn't been great. I've been able to pull out some gains in the market, just using calls and puts, and just making small gains that kind of add up toward the end of the week. So today I usually trade at work, and that's one of the most difficult things I do right now. Is it's hard to trade at work because I still have things to do at work, because that's the priority at the end of the day. I'm out at work. I'm on somebody else's time, so I have to trade at work. So I really struggle sometimes to be able to pull a profit or even just trade at all, because like I said, I'm trading at work. So now my schedule has changed. I've got every Friday off, and I was able to sit at home, stress free, and just kind of watch the markets and trade on my own time, and that was really beneficial. So hopefully in the future I can keep trading on Fridays, and then I can probably maybe even try to do some streaming every once in a while on a Friday, and then I can screen record live market action to further in depth teach you guys what I'm doing. And I actually have a really super simple strategy. I haven't really gone completely through all of my strategies, but I just give bits and pieces to try to help people out. But just in particular, for SPY, my trade today, I've been trading it the last couple of days. You can see here we were in a downtrend and kind of in this channel here. And I drew a trend line at the top of the channel, and then we started to bounce here. Now, right where we started to bounce, we have some support from the two tops right here from the past, and then in this gap area. So you can kind of draw a line through the zone here for a support area, and we're making a higher low, which shows me that we're kind of head back up in the up direction. We're down about 50% from this previous run here to the left, and then I'm looking for so we have this support building. I'm looking for a bounce outside of this channel and a break to the upside. So I was able throughout the week, I caught this bounce, and then I swung one call overnight into this day, and then which was Thursday, and made about $300. And then today was Friday. We kind of gapped up and went up a little bit more today. So what I'll do is I'll break it down to today, and then typically when I trade during the day or intraday, I trade on a 5-minute chart. That's just my personal preference. Try to get you lined up here on the chart. See if I can pull this down. Alright, so this is today. This box to the left is the pre-market, and this over here is after hours. So this is what's gone on after market close. This is before the market opened. Here in Florida, the market opens at 8:30, which is 9:30 New York time. Just in case you're wondering. So we got so right at the open, we started to get this big green candle, but I typically try not to trade that first big candle. I've said that a lot of times in my videos. A lot of times that will really fake you out and just mess up your whole trading day, honestly. But what I like to do is I mark the pre-market highs, and I like to mark the pre-market lows, so you can draw a line through here across the lows. I've got a 200 moving average, 200 EMA right here that I use for support. I've got a 9 EMA, a 20 EMA, and VWAP, and that's pretty much all I use on the top chart. Down here I have MACD, RSI. I mostly use the MACD, and this is to confirm my trades. You don't strictly just want to trade off MACD crosses, etc. You need to put multiple things together And I really use a lot of times I'm in the trade before MACD crosses over, but I use that crossover um, to confirm my trade. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a second. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can try to see a little better. So we came down and we kind of really fizzled and just consolidated and went sideways. Um, and then I don't know if people are waiting on news or what, but the market was really stagnant here for like, the first 45 minutes or so. We started to move. I got in on this green candle. We got a huge uptick in volume here. I got in on this green candle, and I was a little bit more aggressive on this, but the market was up pretty far, and it seemed like it was holding its ground, and this was a really good support area. And a lot of times I'll look for this gap to completely come all the way down and fill this gap, and then bounce. But I got in this. It was a little aggressive, and I say aggressive just because you typically won't want to get in until you close above the pre-market high. So I got in a little early here, and hopefully was looking for the market to push it above pre-market high, which is kind of what we did. And I only got about 3 candles out of it. I had 2 contracts. I sold one when I was up about 15% and then held on to the other one. And then here the MACD crossed over after this candle closed, kind of confirming that I was right on this trade. And then this candle here, this last green one, was kind of really fizzling, like barely moving the whole time, the whole 5 minutes. And then I kind of figured a pullback was coming at some point. So I got out of this trade and locked in my profit just in case the market did decide to turn around and just dump. I didn't want to take that chance because it has been doing that quite often recently. And then I watched it and it started to pull back, and I was ready to get into this trade on this first red candle. My thought process is, okay, if we pull back to the pre-market high, this previous resistance is now support. If we pull back to this pre-market high and start to bounce, I'll get back in SPY. And that's pretty much what happened. We pulled down into the 9 EMA. MACD stayed, headed in the right direction, and we have a big gap between our 2 lines here, which that's something I can go in further detail in another video. And we just kind of pushed a little higher, and then right here we started to go sideways, and after about the 3rd candle of going sideways, it was getting really stagnant, and I was like, I don't want to take the risk of losing my gains. And then I got out of this trade on the other call that I had, and for a total gain of about $140, all in a span of about 2 hours. So very super simple trade. This trade just definitely took patience. Like I said, I had to wait 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, about a half an hour or so before I was able to make a decision on this trade. And even then, it didn't go that far. Even though I made $140, we only moved 103 or 403 for maybe about $2 or so the first time, and then 404 to 406 another $2. So, and then the rest of the day it just kind of went sideways, and then kind of just slowly trended up for the rest of the day. But super simple trade, and these are just 1 contract, 2 contract options trades. You can jump over here to the options trade or options chain, and I just buy. Right now, if it's Monday, I'll buy the weeklies that expire that Friday because I'm typically day trading right now. Or if it's a Thursday or a Friday, I'll buy the following week's options, which would have been September 14th was the date that I picked, and I just go for around the at the money options. So 1 call right now is $344, and so you're not risking much. You're not even risking $400. If it moves up, you've got a delta of about 50 cents. If it moves $2, that's about $200 right there. You're almost you 50% on your option on a $2 move, and then you get out. You make $200 in a couple hours, and you call it a day. But that was my trade. Hopefully that helps you guys. I'm gonna try to make some options videos here in the future. If you guys are interested in that kind of thing, just kind of break down how options just work in general, and try to simplify it for those people, for anybody that wants to learn options and not just see my trade breakdowns. So like I said, hopefully that helps you guys, and hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll see you on the next video.